Welcome back, guys, to the Orlando Huskies franchise, and this this video is gonna be based on the off season. As you can see, the Falcons won the Super Bowl in 2044. We do have a retired player. Unfortunately, I think I went to AFC West, and yep, only Martin Gomes, our starting center, is retiring. Very unfortunate, but that's why we drafted Wyatt Decker and sim to the re-sign players because this screen really doesn't do much for us. But that's why we signed Wyatt Decker, or drafted him last season in the third round. Have him come in this season to start, but now we have a whole backup center in case Wyatt goes down with an injury. So this week we'll look at some players to re-sign and then the mock draft, as we do have the first overall pick again. Um, that's not happening. I can tell you guys right now, we are not taking Corey Alexander with the first overall pick. Um, that's wild that they have that. I've never seen that. But yeah, we won't be taking Corey Alexander. Um, we'll look at some of the players that we have to re-sign, and Oscar Chapman, Harvey Thompson, Bryce, Jeff, Claiborne, Turner, Eric. I do want to sign Eric, and this is the big one, Sammy Leak. I'd like to have Sammy back on the team. He was the best kicker last year, and I think let's lock him up for at least 2 years. Wow. Okay. Yo, we're just gonna tag him 1 year, 2 point. We're just gonna franchise tag him. Sure. Kemp is not gonna be brought back. I feel like the experiment with him just wasn't that good. I would like to bring Eric Franklin back. He's not the greatest, but he could catch. He's fast, good excel. His stats weren't. He only had one catch last season. Nothing crazy, but we are gonna give him a contract. If he signs, he signs. If not, we'll give him a 1 year. We'll give him exactly what he wants, and he's gonna re-sign. Now Oscar Chapman, he's our backup slot corner. He didn't really play this year. He was okay last year. We didn't play these seasons, so that was a different team. I don't know who he played for those seasons, but the Huskies started in 2043. Yeah, just don't really see a need for him too much. He is a good man coverage corner, but we are more of a zone coverage team. This is interesting. Only wants a 1 year deal, but 2.5 for a backup slot corner is kind of pricey. If he'll do 2, I'll do it. Yeah, I kind of figured he wasn't going to do it, and that's totally fine. Harvey Thompson now. He's not the fastest, not the best in zone. Okay tackler. Not good in man. He's still decently young. He got a little bit of playing time. 1 tackle for loss, 2 deflections, 26 tackles. It's just, I don't see myself bringing him back. And Claiborne is an interesting one, but I would like to go with Daniel Fernandez, so he would be the backup. And if he would do it for around 1.3, it would be another 1 year deal, but I'd like to bring him back. And he thinks free agency is going to be a better. I know I'm kind of lowballing these guys, but this is going to be the most interesting one now. Jeff Dean. What do we do with Jeff Dean? I think he did regress a little bit overall wise, because he is getting up there in age. He's 30. I think we're gonna give him an offer. 1.2 is kind of a lot, but for a backup quarterback, we'll give him that. And he wants to play for a new team next year, he could go be a backup somewhere else, and we're totally fine with that. we're totally fine with all the re-signed players, and I believe that's all of them. I know sometimes it glitches out. Yeah, that's all of them. So we'll go into free agency one. We kind of have a goal in mind of what we want to do. We want to attack the interior offensive line. We want to possibly get another corner out here and combine results. That's what we were waiting for as well. As we'll go to some of our favorites and Corey Alexander. We're definitely gonna look at his, but 4.33 is fast, but we're still not taking with the number one overall pick. Um, Take a look at some of these other guys around here. Okay, not bad for Stanton. We'll take a look at these guys when we get closer to the draft. We don't really need them right now, and the pro days are coming up. We'll see new numbers as well. Pro day is probably more important than the combine, anyways. And we'll look at some of the free agents in free agency one. We only really go after guys who are interested in our team, and we re-signed Eric, I believe. But yeah, only players that fit our scheme and who are interested in coming to play for us, and we would like to get a backup tackle. And why not go after Claiborne again? Give him what we told him to sign for last time. And we're gonna be looking at both tackle or guard positions, as Will James, and we also have to look at how good they were last season, because that's something we didn't really do. 91 strength is really good. He's a good run blocker, poor pass blocker. What's his speed looking like? 63 is okay. Did he play last year? It doesn't look like he's played at all in his entire career. A little concerning, but looks like a decent, okay player. And then Donovan Wheeler, same thing. Good strength, good run blocking, poor pass blocking, okay speed. And once again, just doesn't look like he played at all last season. Are either of them a scheme fit? And none of them are, unfortunately. But I think I might ignore that, because the guards in the draft are weak. And I think we're gonna go after Wheeler. Pretty similar overall. We'll give him a 1 year deal. If he takes it, he takes it. If not, he doesn't. I don't know what I just did, but he's a Bear now. I just hit the button because I didn't know what that does. But Randy Norton. This would just be a backup center, so I'd be okay going after him. But the money might be cheaper to go after the other guy, and it's not that much of a difference. We'll go after Randy. It's not that much of a difference. He's not gonna get that signing bonus, but we'll also throw a 1 year deal at him. Bears have signed multiple players. I don't know what I did. I might have. I don't know. I've never done that before. Tackle position. Right tackle. We do have Jonathan Jones there. So we're not looking for a starter, but we could be looking for a backup, obviously. Or this is guard. What am I talking about? Right guard. We are looking for a starter at right guard, and Simon Matthews seems to be the only one really interested in coming to play for the Huskies. He didn't play last year. I don't think he was even signed to a team. But he's not asking for a lot, no guaranteed money, nothing like that. That's a signing that we like to make. We're completely fine with it. And I don't really want to bring back Kemp, but if he wouldn't start, he would just be a backup, and he knows the scheme. Someone gets hurt, I wouldn't give him that much. You know, Maybe around 1.5. Don't want to give him that much. Around 1.5, and we use all of our negotiations. I don't believe I have any signings. I think that's what that button did. It signed the players for the team for round one. It didn't sim the week, did it? No, it didn't. Alright. So we'll hit the button again. Players have evaluated submitted offers. And we signed two players, Randy Norton and Simon Matthews. And we like that, as that gives us two more offers available. As I like to look at corner. I wish I would have saw he was interested before. Um, Corner is a need, but it's not a desperate need. And like scheme fit. How do you do last season? Let's look at the stats. 90 speed, 77 man, 71 zone. I know it says -1, but 74 awareness, decent block shed. Looks like an okay corner. He's a little older. No picks last year. Only has 2 seasons with picks. That was a while ago too. 2043, he played really well, it looked like. 53 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 5 deflections. And we're going to see if we could offer him and kind of get... Who was he? I think he was down a little bit more. Green. Yeah, we're going to offer Green, and we'll give him... I don't want to keep doing 1-year deals because that's going to hurt us in the long run. But as you see, Bryson Connor kind of regressed, and we can move Gage back to the outside and have Green play the slot. That'd be pretty nice for us. As we're going to look at free safety. I know Russell Wilcox had a decent season, but I'd like to improve that position, but don't think I could do it in free agency. Strong safety, I think we're solid at that position. Sammy Leak, where are you at? You're coming back to the team, bud. Sammy, we want you. Where'd he go? I think I passed him. Where the hell is Sammy Leak? Kick power. Oh, I franchise tagged him. What am I talking about? Alright. And now we're going to look at quarterbacks. Elam. I think we played him before. That's kind of crazy. 23 years old, but he doesn't fit our scheme. Rashad Gay. See if he has any experience. He did play a little bit last season. 91.2 passer rating, 997 yards, 5 touchdowns, 3 picks, 68 completion percentage. He seems accurate for the most part. Seems really accurate. Only a couple passes early in his career, but he could be somebody that competes with Josh and a rookie possibly. Or maybe the rookie we drafted last year developed. And don't really want to give him a 2-year deal. But we could do that. 2 years is fine. And if he accepts, he accepts. But I think that's it for free agency. For week 1 at least. We'll go to stage 2 because I don't want to use all the evil. I don't know if you get more, but I don't want to use all of them in just like one whole thing. And we'll see mock draft 4 as well. as they still have Corey Alexander, and like I told you guys, that's not happening. It might be because I have him as a favorite or whatever, but his retirements are back here. Yeah, Gomes the only one that retired for us. In free agency 2, look at some more, see if we signed anybody. My signings, only those 2 players so far. And we're still targeted on everybody, and nobody seems to be going after them, which is good for us. We'll go to available players. Seaver, I think we're fine. Did Franklin resign? I kind of forget if he did. Because if he didn't, I'd like to bring him back, but I'm pretty sure he did. Yeah, Franklin re-signed. As Yarbrough, was he a tight end this whole time for the Broncos? No way. Yeah, no. Completely different person. I was so confused for a second. Completely different person, though. And now we're going to look at some backups, possibly. Would like to get possibly a backup for CJ. As Canton looks solid. Just because, CJ did go down with the injury. Give him about 3 each season, but CJ did go down with the injury, and just in case that happens again, you always got to be prepared. I believe linebackers are good. It's not really a weakness, Left end, possibly. I just don't really see anybody. This is kind of a weak free agency. Can't lie. It is kind of weak. As running back, could get someone more explosive than Danny Barnes to back up Drew Stevens. But I don't think we've seen enough with Barnes to make that decision yet, as no running backs are really interested in coming here anyways. As what about receivers? I mean, we have some receivers, but I don't believe these guys are going to make more of a difference than the guys that we already have. Yeah, I just don't really see if it's really worth getting some of these guys. Maybe another defensive tackle, but like Carrington plays the 3 tech for us in dime and nickel, and and we have Willie and Grimes. And, Ralph Wiggins. He's still on the team as of right now, but we have Rosenberg backing him up. Could use some of the backup. Caden. Possibly Turner. He's a little slower and a little older than we'd like. Thompson. Just don't really see all too much in here. So we'll just go to stage 3. And maybe I'm missing people that you guys would like to see on the team or would have gone after. And I know there's a bunch of higher overalls, but kind of want to keep it realistic. Have us go through the process of actually building a team instead of just jumping into signing 80 overalls and stuff like that. Once we get better, that's when we'll sign the better players. But as of right now, we signed Kenton, we signed Gay, and then signed Claiborne back, Norton, Matthews, and a lot of these players right here are not guaranteed to make the roster, but they will definitely fight for roster spots and playing time. As could sign Turman, Caleb Turman, just for preseason. Never really would hurt. As we did lose a running back just for a year for a second or third string running back is kind of crazy. Yeah, just don't really see a whole lot. Phillips is okay, but 5'9" is just way too small. 6'3" Caldway. He's someone I'd like to move to like maybe strong safety or corner. Anybody like super young interested? We could do that. We'll just go top 100. Anybody super interested that like fits us? We just don't need a tight end, or we would have targeted him. Same with Bobby here. Just don't really need him. Yeah, just not a whole lot in free agency, and that's really unfortunate. As Jeff Dean still is here, I just think we signed our quarterback, so it's time to move on from Jeff. The experiment didn't go as we planned. We could sign Flowers. Let's see what he wants, maybe 3.5, possibly, on a 1 year deal. What if we do three for a 1 year deal for Flowers? Have the money to spare, and we're just looking at running backs. My bad. Um, we'll see if we signed any of them. Oh, we signed all of them. All right, everyone's back, and that's good. Everybody, we got everybody we wanted in free agency, and I know this is a little rushed, but free agency wasn't that good, and I feel like we went after the positions we needed, and we signed the players we wanted. As we'll look at the mock draft 5 here. Yeah, we have a second first round pick. I haven't been looking at that, but they have a right guard, Webster, and we've been looking at Webster, and that's a position, that's a spot I'd like to take him and stay in around that same area. I know they have him going to the Bengals there, but staying right there. There's also a player I've been looking at, 420. That was trading our first pick last year to the Patriots. They gave us their first as private workouts for the pro day. They're coming soon, I believe. But we could adjust the depth chart now, and um, Gay would definitely be at least a backup, and you know, all three of these guys are gonna fight for that spot. I mean, all four are gonna fight for the starting job, and I know last year I didn't do that good of a job of showing preseason, but these guys are definitely all gonna get opportunities, and I'm gonna do a better job of showing preseason this year and um actually showing everybody getting playing time and not just a couple of players here and there. Is Flowers. That's He's gonna go as RB3 for right now, but him and Danny Barnes are definitely gonna battle it out for the RB2. As you know, okay catching for Flowers. Danny Barnes would definitely probably still be our receiving back for the most part, but Flowers could beat him out as receiving. We didn't really sign anybody, and I like Levy and Mike Haywood as our fifth and strict. As it looks like Mike Haywood really took a hit on his overall during regression, which I didn't see that the first time, but definitely looks like he did now. As tight ends, we have Damian Harrison, Jamal Lacey, and Eric Franklin all back. Left tackle will be Daniel Fernandez, and then we signed Claiborne back, and then we have Barkley back from the practice squad. All the practice squad guys are back. And left guard, you know, Danny Wheeler, Donovan Wheeler will be will be the starter to begin preseason, but that could change. We could draft a rookie. A lot of things could happen. As Randy Norton, better watch out for the RKO, will be the backup center to begin preseason. As what we believe in Wyatt Decker, and he's young. We want to develop him. Right guard. Did I not sign? I thought I did sign. Yeah, we did. Simon Matthews. He'll be the starter there for sure. as Carter, Cordell will battle for the backup unless Simons just isn't good. Possibly Corey moves over. That's a possibility as well. Corey wasn't awful last year. He's a little older, but he could possibly move over. But these two are younger. Like to develop them a little bit more. As Jonathan Jones will be the starting right tackle, and I don't believe it's going to be a competition unless he's awful. Which you can't get much worse than Kemp was. Now looking at left end, that position's fine. Right end, we did sign Keaton. Stanley, I've thought about moving him to defensive tackle because I feel like he fits a defensive tackle better than he does an end for us. But defensive tackle is just kind of stacked for us. As we have Wilcox back. He was on the practice squad. We have Grimes, Willie, Turbin, and Moses Mitchell we drafted last year. And so DT is just kind of a position that's stacked for us. As we're going to move Justin there. And then we have Wiggins, Rosenberg for the left outside linebacker. Middle linebacker, nothing's changing here. You might see a little bit more of Justin Martinez than you saw last year. But Miles McMillan, Tavon Johnson, studs. They're going to be great this season again. Right outside linebacker is Caden. And then Trent Murphy. Could maybe use a backup at this position, but worst comes to worst, Justin Martinez moves to right outside linebacker. But I don't believe that will have to happen. As I believe in Caden, I think he just has to develop a little bit more. And we'll see more of him. He's already had a big role this season when CJ got hurt. And then cornerback. Kenyon Green will be moved up. Miles Franklin is a name to watch in preseason. He might possibly, who knows. As Kenyon Green, I believe, will be the slot. And that sucks for Bryson Connor. Coming off of, oh no, don't want to do that. Coming off of a really good season, but corner is definitely just a position that we need to upgrade. And moving Gage back to the outside and putting Keenan Green in the slot will help us. As Russell Wilcox, as of right now, will remain the starter. But when the draft comes, who knows? Justin Kelly, would have liked to see him a little bit more this season. Didn't play as much. And then Bryson Connor, worst comes to worst, he can play free safety. Would like to see that if he can't get time at corner. And then strong safety will be Shane O'Neal's job to lose, as he has Jerry Patrick right behind him. As Jerry Patrick, rookie last season, I believe he was like a 5th round pick. Maybe he outplays Shane in preseason, as he's a better coverage guy, but Shane's a better tackler and he's a better in the box safety. Kick returner will be Gage once again. Punt returner will be Connor Kelly. This stuff really doesn't matter. Third down back will be Drew Stevens. And then Danny Barnes, Flowers, all right behind them. Power back will be Drew Stevens once again. And then we'll have Flowers behind him. Slot receiver will be Hunter. And then Connor Kelly behind Hunter. Rush right, left end, Wiggins with Caden backing him up. Rush right end will be CJ with Caden backing him up. But I will change this to I think I'm going to change both to Keaton. And then Rush DT will stay the same. Have Grimes, Carrington, and Willie all there. And out sub linebacker, all gonna stay the same. Johnson, McMillan, Martinez, and then Gage won't be the slide no more, as Green will be. And then we'll have Miles behind him. As that will wrap up this episode of part 1 of the free age or off season. Next episode will be the draft and preseason. Hope you guys are as excited as I am to get into year three and turn this franchise around. 3-14 isn't good enough, and I know that. But year three are big things coming. And I'll see y'all then. Peace.